Hi everybody, and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. Quick reminder, don't forget to check out my shorts channel. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Link is in the description. Now, let's get started with today's story. This post is from the subreddit Relationships, and it's by user Lucy Diamond Sky. Me, 16 female, with my mom, 32 female. She decided she doesn't want to be a mom anymore, sending me to live with my aunt. My mom told me that she wishes she never had kids. I am 16. She has pretty much decided she could not stand to be a mom anymore and has asked my aunt to let me attend high school where she lives. My aunt cannot have kids, so she was willing to take me. This means I have to move 200 miles away to a good school, but not the one I grew up with. I am a junior in high school this year, and it will mean I have to do all my work over again, making friends with people, getting to know teachers, etc. Not only that, I have been in drama for the past 2 years and I was supposed to be a drama director this year. My mom is ruining my life with this. I feel like I will not be able to do all the things I worked for and thus put on my college report. I will be a nobody. Like, how will they let me be the class treasurer if they don't know me? I also have a job here with good hours and an understanding boss. I am not sure what to do. I have tried talking to my mom, and my dad is not an option because I haven't seen or spoken to him in 9 years since he divorced my mom, and she just says I need to let her live her life. She signed up to go back to school, quit her job, and is now on student loans. She sold the car I was supposed to use to get to work and has been giving me boxes. I am supposed to move in a week, right before school starts at my aunt's. I need help. Well, OP, first of all, your mom sucks. There is no question about that. She's just a crappy parent, so let's move on from her, because your problem is regarding your present and future. From the way that you write, I get the impression that you're a person that's driven and has goals, and having to move right now kind of messes up those goals. But maybe that's the way you see it now because it's not going according to your plan. However, I think this is a great opportunity to show everybody, and especially yourself, what you're really made of. And what I mean by this is don't become a victim of the circumstances, and use everything you've got to see how you can get ahead of this. For example, you say you've got a good and understanding boss. Get him to write you a recommendation so you can easily find a job where you're moving to. Same thing with your teachers and everybody who you've worked with or know your true character. Bottom line to me is that this OP is not necessarily the end of your life, by no means. It is just a bump in the road. And I truly believe it'll be a positive for you because you're going to be moving away from somebody who sucks as a parent and doesn't support you to somebody who actually wants you to live with them. That type of nurturing plus what I assume is a go-getter character can only be good. And what do you guys think? What kind of advice would you give OP? Let me know in the comment section, and now let's move on to the community comments to see what they said. Latufu says, the good news is that your chances of going to college are not ruined. Grades are still the determining factor in your application. Extracurriculars are important, but it's not the end of the world if you're not class treasurer for your junior and senior years. In fact, you will have a much more compelling application if you can show, say, student government freshman sophomore year, then student government senior year. A quick explanation of why you weren't junior year moving will be very well received, especially when you demonstrate the ability to adapt and overcome stressful circumstances. That is what the admissions board is really looking for. Look at this as a gift, an opportunity. Give your aunt a chance and focus on your goals. Just adjust them to fit your new environment. Trust me, in 2 years, you'll be glad you made the switch instead of trying to stick it out with a mother who is obviously very immature and self-centered. Deleted says, I think that if your mother is this abhorrent and is completely reneging on her responsibilities, moving in with your aunt is the best thing that could happen to you, even though it will disrupt your life. However, talk to your aunt and make sure that all of this is being done on paper and that your mother forks over her custodial rights over you to your aunt, or at the very least, legal guardianship. Also, make sure that your aunt will be able to cover you under her medical benefits plan. Without legal guardianship, your aunt will be unable to make very basic decisions on your behalf, such as enrolling you in school or approving your medical treatment. And without custody of you, your mom can easily decide on a whim that she wants you back and will disrupt your whole life all over again. I am sorry this is happening, OP, and I wish you the best of luck. And Opie replies, I think my aunt has that covered. Her husband is a legal aid and very okay with me moving in with him. I talked to him about it. He says I'm a cool kid. Kathleen says, hugs, story time. When I was 14 in 10th grade, my mom remarried. I had been a cheerleader in junior high, 9th grade. I was asked to be an ambassador for our high school, 10th grade, and was in the honor society. Junior Classical League Latin Club, first chair flute, and was voted onto the homecoming court. The week of homecoming, we moved to another state with my stepfather. He was military. I went to 5 different high schools in 3 different states in 4 years. Graduated as a National Merit Scholar with the best GPA at my final school, but wasn't allowed to be valedictorian because I had been there less than 1 year. Yeah, it sucked. When my mother remarried, I had the chance to move to my grandmother's house. I regret not doing that. It would have given me stability for the last 3 years of high school. As it was, I made the best of it. Just do your best in school and stay in touch with your friends on Facebook. Talk to your school counselor. A lot of schools now have concurrent classes with a local college. No tuition while you're still in high school. You can graduate high school with an associate degree at the same time. Good grades are the key. Hugs. You can do this. P.S. I am now 50, happily married, making over 100k, living the dream. And Opie responds, that actually makes me feel a little better. I do love my aunt. She is a nice woman and it seems unfair my mom, who apparently didn't ever want me, great thing to hear, had kids and she could not. She works with kids, has a lot of spare income, so it could work out for the best. She has told me she would love to take me with her to England over Christmas break, because there is no way in hell I'm going to see my mother in the next 2 years. If she didn't want me, then she doesn't get to have me around when I am an adult. I feel hurt and betrayed. I just don't want to be the girl that her mom rejected. Additional information from Opie's comments. This whole thing really hurts, because up until this point we were close. Now it feels like she was only doing that because she had to. She always was the person who had my back. I just feel like she is a lie. Thinking back, she had moments when she simply went on vacation and left me with my grandma, but I figured that was just, her wanting a vacation. And regarding my dad, I don't know where he lives. He sends a check to his lawyer, and I have not seen, heard from, spoken to, or had anything to do with him. We are not aware of his current location. I lived with Auntie for 3 months one summer. It was for 3 months when my mom injured her back a year ago. My mom is fine now and there is little to no pain. Anyways, I liked living with my aunt. She had me do chores and help around with her animals and plants. She also said I can bring my dog and cat with me. Her house is pretty close downtown. I could walk to a few places. They have a bus in the area and it doesn't often snow. She has already been in touch with me. She said my mom is being stupid, but she would love to have me. She says she wants to take me clothes shopping, get me new bedding and repaint the room before I get there. She is really trying hard, and that is the only thing about this whole crap situation that really makes me feel a little better. And I love her. I would never do anything to screw up her home or her life. I am not rebellious or going through a phase. I am actually really respectful of authority, have a job, a 3.9 GPA, extracurriculars, and I don't smoke or drink. I have friends who like drama and improv. I am a pretty lame person socially. I tend to want to go swimming or watch movies, but I feel like my world is turning upside down. I am 16, I don't do anything. I work and pay for myself, I drove around and paid for my own gas. I just don't understand why my mom looks at me like I'm some horrid burden. She can go to school, I don't care. I just thought I mattered. About my job, I work at Subway, so maybe I can call up a few of the other ones and see about transferring or something like that. I have a great record for being on time and staying late. If I can. I am in high school, so there is a limit on my hours. I am sure my boss will be willing to do that for me. I am his sandwich daughter. I will miss him. Well, the community gave OP some pretty good advice and also a lot of hope. And we also get from OP that she's definitely very much hurt about her mom being such a sucky person. However, she did give us an update 9 months after the original post. So let's move on with that to see how this story ends. I just wanted to give an update. I forgot I had even posted on here with everything going on. So I ended up going to my auntie's. She came and picked up my whole room with me and drove me to her house. It was really hard because my mom was already talking about selling the house and moving to some other city so she could start her life. I still have a lot of pain from what she did, but living with my aunt and uncle has been a great experience. Mr. B, my boss, got me a job at a Subway where my aunt lives. I really like the people I work with. I started dating someone at my new school and have been together for 5 months. Dan, 17 male, is great and we are in the same grade. He just turned 17, so we had the whole year together. School is ending in a few weeks and we have plans to go to the beach with my aunt and uncle for a week. I met some new friends and got involved with volleyball and took part in drama. I also am assistant treasurer. When we fundraise for class trips or anything, I help organize the money. Because I was able to talk to the teacher in charge of the group and said I wanted the experience. When she saw my transcripts, she said I could assist the girl who got the position. The girl, Jolene, is actually really cool and we became pretty good friends. I still keep in touch with my friends from home, but I really feel like I have a great support system now. I haven't told anyone why I moved here just yet, minus my boyfriend, because it's too embarrassing and I don't like to talk about it. I was doing really good and had decided I didn't really want to see my mom again, because who abandons their own kid? But then, my mom came up last week and she had been waiting around to see me. I didn't know why until Saturday when my aunt finally told me, because my mom barged into the house and refused to leave. Auntie asked if I wanted to talk to her and I told her I would. My mom said she was sorry for the way she treated me, that she wanted to know if I would move back for my senior year. She said we could pack up anytime I wanted. She then asked my aunt if she could stay in the guest room. My aunt said that room was mine and my mom said, Lucy doesn't mind sharing. Ugh, Lucy does mind sharing. My mom tried really hard to get me to chat with her alone, but Auntie stayed with me. Anyway, my mom's true intentions came out. She wanted me to come back because her boyfriend left her and she blew through her money and she's not getting a check from my dad anymore. That's when Auntie told Mom that she needed to leave and then told me that my mom had been calling her about the checks my birth father sends her. I guess Mom contacted the lawyer and they said I was under Auntie's custody. My mom had signed the papers my aunt asked her to before I came to live with her. I guess Mom didn't realize it meant the check was coming to Auntie instead of her anymore. Auntie has put most of that money into a savings account for me. There were some things she needed money for and I am grateful she is paying for me and keeping me. It could have been so much worse. Also, I have access to the account, it's in my name, and when my aunt needs to pay for something, she tells me what she gets, what she is spending the money on, and lets me know how much it costs. She uses a small amount of money for my insurance and food. They don't make a ton, so I don't mind them taking what they need. In total, I'm saving about 75% of the check's money and then putting in my work checks into a checking account, and I have a job that I use to pay for fun stuff. Anyway, I guess the checks my dad sends are pretty big if my mom is trying to get me to go back with her. So I just told my mom not to contact me again. It hurt. A lot. The only reason she wanted me around was because of a check. That said, I guess my aunt has my father's number. She said he wants to talk with me when I am ready, which is odd because since he divorced my mom, he hasn't really bothered to try and contact me. I haven't heard from him in years, so there's that. I'm not sure why he didn't ask for custody of me. I do know he was pretty young as well, so he might have decided to have his life and hope for the best with me. So I'm not sure I want to even speak to my father, and I know Uncle is more of a dad to me than he will be. Anyway, Auntie is amazing. I adore her. I am not sure how she and my mom came from the same family. I could write a book about how she is just the best friend I never had. We do things together all the time and people are like, "Is this your sister?" And she tells them, "No, she's my daughter." And it makes me want to cry, and I have told people she's my mom on more than one occasion. I'm taking her out to dinner this Sunday, my treat. I am really excited. I have been saving money from my checks to take her out to her favorite place for a few months now. This is the first time I saved up enough to do something really adulty, like go to a sit-down place. So that'll be fun. So in summary, my mom really hurt me, so I intend to stay with my aunt. Mom can go suck an egg. I feel like this is likely the change I didn't know I needed, and while I understand some people suggest that one day I might forgive, I will never forget. She has lost me as a daughter, and I don't intend to welcome her back into my life at all. I learned a lot this year. I have to value myself more than how people treat me. My mom was really great at some points in my life. I just have to understand she is not someone who is valuable in my life now or going forward. I'm good. I intend to leave the past behind me and go towards a better future. I am taking a travel year between high school and college to see a bit of the world and work to save money. I want to go to different parts of the country and figure out what I want to do. But school is very important. It will help me become better able to help myself and others. Well, OP, I'm going to count this as a happy update. You're definitely in a much better place versus where you were when you wrote your first post. In every aspect, you're living with a family that loves you, you apparently are doing very well for yourself and are very happy, so that's all good. And regarding your mom, well, she still sucks and hasn't changed, so good for you for standing your ground and going your own way. Thank you for sharing and take care, OP. All the best in the future. Now, let's move on to the next post. This post is from the subreddit Malicious Compliance, and it's by user Bowser Danger. You are not allowed to work from home. This was 2018-ish, pre-COVID. I was working at a nuclear power plant in the mid-Atlantic. Once or twice a year, we would get a heavy snowstorm, but we were far enough south that the local government wouldn't plow or salt anything other than the main roads. The power plant has a policy during inclement weather that no matter how long it takes you to get to work, if you make it in, you get paid for the day. Otherwise, you have to take a vacation. Note, I, like a majority of my coworkers, live in the closest large city, which is an hour away. The drive to the power plant is half interstate, half hilly, curvy country road. I wake up and see we have about 10 inches of snow overnight and text my supervisor to ask if I can work from home. I have my laptop with me, don't have any work going on that would need me to be inside the power plant, and I'd mostly be reviewing paperwork anyway. The supervisor tells me the policy for inclement weather and that he was at work already and the roads weren't that bad. I reiterate that I would just be sitting at my desk doing paperwork when I eventually get in. He is hearing none of it and tells me I am not allowed to work from home. I need to drive the 50+ miles to work or take a vacation. I didn't even bother to respond and decided to take a vacation day. I head to a local store about half a mile, 0.8 kilometers away and pick up some snow sleds. I'd like to note that the roads were bad. I was driving a 4x4 and had some trouble getting to and from the store. The wife and I do some sledding in the neighborhood, have some hot chocolate and other classic snow day activities. Around 11 AM, I get a text from my supervisor. OP, are you able to come into work? Hardly anyone showed up because of the snow. There is some document we need to review and we really need you here in case we need somebody to do something in the power plant. I tell him, sorry, but I'm taking a vacation day per the policy. He tells me he's emailing me the document to review and he can sign it for me if I approve. I replied I'd take a look at it if I could, but my supervisor told me I wasn't allowed to work from home. He never responded to that and never heard anything else about it, but I didn't have to work that day, which was nice. Bonus Malicious Compliance. I'm a salaried employee but have to record hours worked in a computer program. Our real HR policy says if an employee works any part of the day, they will be paid for the whole day. I put 10 minutes of work time in for the time I was texting with him and didn't record any vacation hours. He approved my timesheet for 10 minutes of work and I saved a day of vacation. Nicely done, OP. Good use of the malicious compliance. Thank you for sharing. And it's that time that we've reached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed today's stories. I really did enjoy reading them to you. So if you did, then don't be shy and go ahead and give the video a like. And don't forget to subscribe or even share this video with people that you might think will enjoy my storytelling. Also, if you have the time, go down to the video description and check out all the links I have for you, from our Discord community to my channel merch. And finally, I'd like to say thank you for watching. It really means a lot to me that you enjoy my videos. And having said all that, I'll see you guys in the next video.